This was asked to me in Flipkart interview. आपने
Okay.
क्योंकि आप पांचों की पांचों करना चाह रहे थे एंड उसमें से फिर एक भी नहीं हो पाई है.
Okay.
हुई नहीं है ना, एक भी नहीं, एक भी नहीं हुई है.
It
You
will
can just
get
use
the.
one use state for this. For example, you can say focused cell number, okay, and you can use
Mhm.
something like 1x1 for first row first column, 1x2 for first row and second column. So the question is to develop Google Sheet clone.
Why I'm feeling tricky because to merge a cell, we need to provide a functionality like that user can select two cell at a time or maybe multiple cell at a time, right?
Perfect. So let's start with the interview expectations, Aniket.
Mhm. Okay. Oh, okay. It's a question. Got it. So let me first introduce myself, then we will go with the expectation. So yeah, this is Aniket Sharma, and I have overall 5 years of experience in front-end development. Okay. Majorly, I have worked on Angular, and recently, considering the market situation and the job opportunity, and one more thing is that the I was feeling monotonous that I am working on only one technology since long. So I recently switched my tech stack from Angular to React. Okay.
Mhm.
And talking about the expectation, my only expectation is that as I recently switched in React, so I haven't got much opportunity to interview myself on that particular tech stack. So that is the one expectation. And why mock interviews are helpful for me on this stage, because I will get more insight that where I am lagging and what are the improvement areas. So yeah, that's the expectation.
Perfect, perfect. And today we'll be doing a React.js machine coding round. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll be
Mhm.
developing something.
Okay.
Perfect. So I am sharing a link with you. Just click on it. Just click on src
So see, okay.
index dot something or app.tsx शायद. हाँ,
Okay.
and now click on that dev 5173. So the question is to develop Google Sheet clone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a very minimum like MVP, okay? Minimum viable product, right?
Okay. Okay.
Service unavailable. Why is that? imgbb.com. Reload the page.
Okay.
Okay. You can see. So this is what we have to develop today. You don't have to develop A, B, C, that row, and the numbering
Okay.
of the left column.
Okay.
That you don't have to
Mhm.
develop, but the inner part you have to develop. For example, you can see for the first one, A and B column, we have a merged cell that you have to
Mhm.
develop. For the C column, we have a cell with a background. Okay, that you have to develop. And then we have
Okay.
some formatting options. For example, bold text, italic text, strike through text, and we can
Mhm.
change the color of the text. That's another functionality.
Okay.
These are the things we have
Okay.
to.
Okay. A few questions that if we are targeting the functionality like user can change the font thing, like they can convert it to bold, italic, or a strike through. So for that, we need to provide a menu kind of thing?
It's up to you, but I would suggest let's use buttons only for now.
Okay. Okay. So that just that whatever cell the user has clicked, and once the
Mhm.
user click on any of the button, it would change
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. For example, we can have a button which says change background to yellow, then it
Mhm.
will change the background of active cell to yellow.
Okay. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. Hmm. So maybe I can write down something. First is that we need to display cells. Okay. Then on click of buttons, we need to do the actions. Okay. Like bold, color, background color, like this. Okay.
Hmm.
And then merging part. Okay. Second cell. Okay. Okay. This is a bit tricky. So, cells. Why I'm feeling tricky because to merge a cell, we need to provide a functionality like that user can select two cell at a time or maybe multiple cell at a time, right? Okay. So,
Ah, okay. So
mhm,
we can avoid that for now. For example, let's say if user is on the A1 cell and user
mhm.
clicks on merge, then you can assume that user wants to merge the first and second column. So you will merge A1 and B1. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
And if
Okay.
user is at C last, basically last column, then it
Mhm.
won't work. The merge won't work.
Also won't work. Okay. Okay. So I guess we need first of all a component called as cell. Okay, which will accept few arguments like the value. Okay, why value? Because whatever the user is typing, it should get it. Apart
Hmm.
from that, okay, as we move ahead, we'll change these arguments if required. Okay, okay. So const state. So default state would be the value. Okay, and if it is nothing, then we will not provide anything. It's default to this. Okay. Now, okay. Cell value set. Cell. Okay. I guess used it. We need to import it. So import used it from. Okay. Error is gone.
Okay, we are creating a cell which has a value. Then we are using use state for that value.
Correct. So by default, if we are providing any value to a cell, it would be set. That would be a default value. Either case, whether we are providing a value or not, it should be a blank string initially.
Ha, 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 ha. Okay.
Yeah, that is what I'm thinking as of now. Then, okay, so there would be two use case. One is the cell would be later converted to the input at that place itself.
Hmm.
Okay, so first let me
There is one
render
more
us.
edge case, by the way. User
Mhm.
have to click 2 times to highlight that
Okay,
cell.
first click would be a selection, second
Yeah,
click would be the edit.
yeah.
Okay, okay, got it. Let me first only have the display case. Okay, so that should be the div and a span.
पता है
Span would actually.
ये क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी मैं पूछ चुका हूँ एक आई थिंक एपिसोड 2 और 3 में.
Oh, okay, got it. That's great. Okay. First would be the cell value. Okay, let's suppose there is a case where the cell already have a value and user double clicks it. So the input which we are showing, which that hold that current value, which is already there.
या हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Okay. So in closer, so okay, so the value. Okay, I can't provide the value because if I provide the value, then we further cannot provide a value to the input. It's the case. So let me use a default value, which can be changed later. So default value would be again a cell value. Okay, again cell value. Okay, and on change of this, change event handle input. So change. This will accept an argument of event so that we can get a value whatever user is typing. So let me create a function for it. So const handle input change, and then the event which we are passing. And this what this simply will do is set a cell value to the value. Okay, whenever user is typing. Okay, we should have one on focus out event as well, I guess, because uh, if user double clicks on this cell, suppose, okay, and user is providing a values, okay, a user is typing basically, and once user focus out, then we need to hide this input, and also this cell value will retain the value which user has typed, right?
Yep.
Okay, so set cell value, let me set it target dot value. Okay, so on an every on change, why this? Okay, it's a TypeScript, I guess, so we haven't provided any type. Okay, I mostly work with the JS. In
Yeah.
Angular, I have used TypeScript, but React, I'm not having much idea. Okay,
Not an issue. It won't cause any runtime error.
okay, on focus out. Okay,
Hmm.
okay, we again need a state for it. Is focused, set is focused, and it's again the state so that we can React can detect it. So by default, it would be false because we are just using for display first. So this would be visible only and only if is focused is true. Okay,
I think in React
false.
we have something called on double click handler.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
So maybe instead of using two states, you can use that.
Okay. But still, let's suppose this is the span which we are displaying. Okay, let's suppose this is the span, and if we double click it, so my input should know that okay, it is double clicked, and then we need to hide this pen and show this input. So that is the
हाँ
idea behind this.
सही कह रहे हो yeah.
Okay. So first thing is I can use is focused. Okay. If it is true, if not focused. Okay. So then we need to show a span. Else, what we can do is we can show the input. Okay. Right click format selection. Okay. So first it will show the cell, else it will show the input. And on this pen, what we can do is on double click. Okay, it does give a suggestion. Nice. So on double click, what we can do on focus. No, this is not the one. On double click, we need to focus and unfocus. I think we can handle it with this function only.
Hmm.
Handle cell edit. Okay. Command C. So on double click, it will this. So what we can do is set is focused. Okay, I misspelled it here. Let me correct it. Set is focused to not is focused. Okay, not is focused. So whatever was the previous state, basically what was set previously, it will just invert it. Okay, so if it was
हाँ
focused, it will not. Okay. Now on the input as well. So on focus. Okay, on focus. Maybe there is blur event, right? When we focus out, which gets triggered. So on blur also we can think this on blur will work, I guess. Mhm. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me just call this cell here, and we can test at least these basic things, whatever I have written. So
yep.
let me do at the top. Okay. And then we will handle the multiple cell situation. So cell, do we need to import it or it will directly work?
What cell नहीं नहीं it will
This,
directly work.
okay, it's in the same file. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if I refresh it,
You have to scroll down.
No, I have rendered it at the top.
Okay.
Okay, maybe let me provide some style here. I guess that is an issue.
There is no cell value.
Correct. Yeah, that is also the thing.
You have to pass the
Um,
prop for the cell value.
correct. So value is yet uh, bottle index is solid black. Okay, as of now. Okay, we need to save it. Then it triggers. Okay. Uh, Let me do one thing. Height would be
The height is
and
by default auto, so I think the text is not getting rendered.
okay. Okay.
Just scroll up. Uh, hmm. Even I don't know.
Okay. On handle selected cell value is there. Value we are providing. Uh, okay. Let me do one thing. Let me remove this and try it out. Oh, okay.
But how?
Default thing is not working. Correct. Yeah. That is what I am also thinking. If value because in React,
It's plain JavaScript, so we can forget about
mhm,
React.
mhm.
Uh, it was
Maybe
worked
object
before.
destructuring is causing this issue, I guess.
Uh, no. This is the only way how we define default values. Just do one thing.
Mhm.
Write equal to something, anything. Not just
Okay.
empty string. Write anything.
Okay.
Default.
And
Now
let
save
me
the
not
page.
provide this here.
No, provide it, provide it.
Okay. Got
And
it.
let's save the page.
Okay. It is showing React, but if somehow I don't provide it, Command X, Command C.
Now it should be default.
Yeah, I think it is not saved. Does it have an option to auto save?
नहीं सेव हो चुका है रिलोड कर
Okay.
दीजिए वहां से राइट से जाके
Oh, yeah. It's working now.
ठीक है
Okay. Maybe the reload issue there was.
हाँ मे बी रिलोड इशू
Okay. So by default, it would be blank. Okay. Now it's working, I guess. Uh, just a styling kind of thing I'm doing to avoid anything. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Now and
थोड़ा जल्दी करना होगा आपको
yeah, sure. I know. Got it. So this is the cell, and if I double click, okay, we have the input with the value. Okay, it is fetching the default, not the React. I guess I haven't refreshed it, but let me do one thing. Let me provide it React updated. Okay, and if I click outside, okay, it is not setting it. But our oh, if I change it, it is not
ओके
reflecting. Handle input change even dot. Oh, sorry, my bad. Target dot value. It should be. I refresh. It's a React. If I click it, it is React updated. And if I click out, okay, we have the React updated. If I double click again, updated again.
नाइस
Okay.
या
Oh, it's working, but okay, UI is breaking. I know the cause because we have provided hard coded bit, but okay, let me do with the multiple cell rendering thing.
हम्म
Okay, multiple cell rendering. It's a row and column. One thing which is coming in my mind is to use a multi-dimensional array, 2D array. But okay, multi-dimensional. Let's go with that. Uh, let's see how it works. Maybe with the single array also we can do, just that we need to, on the top of that, we need to apply a condition where it should break and come to the next row. Right?
I think 1D array you're talking about, right?
Yeah, 1D array, but we need, on the top of that, we need to again apply a condition wherein, okay, if the cell has crossed, first row has crossed the limit of 3 cell, then again we need to break it so so that another 3 rows should come in the next row.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Got it.
Uh, okay. Maybe we don't even need an array. We can just provide a value if we are dealing with a single array. Why? Because cell is holding its own state. So as of now, I don't have the requirement to do it uh, with the array. Const cell rows. Okay, I'm getting confused. Uh, const grid rows columns. Okay. What I can do is there should be an object with a row count of something. So let's suppose rows are 3. Currently, I'm dealing with a small grid. Okay, we can scale later. And columns would be also 3. Okay, now we can do one thing is okay, command C. In this, what we can do is rather than doing in the return statement, const draw grid. Okay, so what this will do is it will return a JSX. Okay, and we can run a for loop here with considering the rows count and the column count. So for sorry, the syntax for each for okay, let I is equal to grid. It would be a default 0, and it should last till grid row columns dot rows. Okay, and then I plus plus. Similarly for let me copy this to save a time. Let j j columns. Okay, and what we can do is okay. It should have a cell thing. Okay, why it is not working? Cell. Okay.
आई थिंक
Mhm.
एक्सप्लेनेशन थोड़ा कम करना होगा कोड ज्यादा करना होगा
Correct. Yeah.
सो स्पीड अप करिए ऐसे नहीं हो पाएगा वरना
Got it. Okay. The issue is that I am using again a curly braces, so this will not work here. I guess. Even though if I have it. Okay.
आप अभी के लिए हार्ड कोडेड कर दीजिए ना मतलब 3 रो 3 कॉलम्स दैट्स इट 3 rows and 3 columns 3x3
Okay. Got it. So. I know it's not a good practice, but yeah,
hmm
the syntax error was coming. So paste, and again what I can do, 3 rows, 3 columns. Okay, here it is. So if I save it, it auto formatted. Oh, okay, it's a div, so it's coming in next line. Okay, let me just do display inline block. This should handle that. Inline block. Let me refresh. Got it. Okay. Now, I haven't provided any value, so it's a blank. If I
What what happened?
Okay, the issue is that as this is a blank string, okay,
Huh?
so the span is taking very least width, so it is
Okay.
that is the case. Oh, nice. How
You
can
can
I
have
forget?
this at the parent, right? On double click.
I can have this
Instead of span, you can have
Oh,
this on
okay.
parent.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, by the way, you have to show the focus state also. For example, if user click on the cell once, then you have to
Hmm.
show some border that it is selected at least.
Got it. Is focused. If it is true, okay,
Hmm.
then what we can do? We can just increase the width of that, or else it should be default to 1 pixel. But if it is focused, then it can be a 2 pixel. Oh, sorry, I have missed
This
the question mark.
2 pixel will cause the CLS then layout shift.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, okay. Can we have the different color?
Yeah, we should have the different color actually. Blue, green,
Okay, blue will do.
whatever you. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
You have to remove the color braces.
Okay, does that work directly? Oh, it
Yep.
worked.
It's
Okay, I'm
it's
still in my
already
JSX
inside
state.
that. Yeah, it's already inside that.
Correct.
So
Oh, nice. It shifted.
so it's double click or single click.
No, it's double click only. Uh, just the thing is,
What about single click? Are we getting green border on single click?
single click, no. Okay, on single click, we need a border. On double click, it should be an input itself, so it doesn't matter, right? It have its own outline and all things.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, all the children should have same height and same width in a cell.
Correct. I think then we need to deal with the CSS a bit. Okay, so is it would be equal to it's an instead of it. So that's 100%. And I know I have missed the string part. 100%. Similarly for the span also. I think span will not have the width and height thing.
Ah, that's a good question. Span is a inline
Correct.
element.
Mm.
It width should work, but I think height should not work.
Yeah, correct. Click. Okay. On a single click, we just need to show the green border. Double click. And there is one more thing. E dot
Okay,
stop
so
propagation.
I just googled it. So they say both width and height are not supported.
Correct. Yeah, it's an inline block element.
Hmm.
Okay. No worries. We can have a paragraph then. I know that it is not a good
Yeah,
is to
I was
use
about to
any
come to
kind of
that you have to take care of accessibility also.
correct. Ideally, the span was the one thing which we can have on the accessibility side.
Tell me one thing, each cell
Hmm.
is clickable, right?
Correct.
So should we shouldn't we use any semantic element for this for accessibility?
Button is the thing.
Button
Button,
is for an
yeah,
action, right?
correct. Then there is an anchor which also performs an action on it. It holds a link thing. But
Hmm.
okay, we need to deal with the styles there because it has its own styling. Apart from that, okay, these are the two things which um,
Uh,
input we are already.
improvement we can do later. Let's first just create it. अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं हुआ है, आधा टाइम चला गया है.
Oh, 133. Okay, half an hour. Alright. On click. I know we are creating multiple states because we need to handle multiple scenarios. If I get a time, I will clean it. Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe this is focused can be changed to is editable. Okay.
By the way, I am more into like discussion for this interview instead of coding. So I think when you have more experience, you will
Mhm.
you will involve more in development. It's no, sorry, in discussion instead of development.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's why I'm more into discussing this interview instead of just writing code and getting this stuff done.
Okay. Discussion part is mainly related to this problem statement or
Yeah, I'm noting. I'm taking the notes, so we will discuss that at the
okay.
later part.
Got it. I know the feedback will come later, and I know. Okay. So by default, also it is false. Okay. So on a single click, we just need to. This should be is focused. Okay. Uh, we don't need to create any external function for here. We can directly have a set focus to not is focused. So set is focused to not is focused. Okay. Okay. So it's okay. Why it was giving error? No error. Okay. Okay. It is changing the color to the green. If you can observe.
हाँ हाँ दिख रहा है. Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
And
So
on double click.
on double click, the input is coming. Okay. It is shifting. But now the input has its the width is under control on the cell.
Mm-hmm.
Why the layout shifted? Okay. Let me provide some default value first. And if I click outside,
क्या अरे कहाँ गई वैल्यू.
I got the gist. Okay. Why? On change, we are handling it. Set cell value. On change will get triggered whenever we are pressing it. Can I console?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल.
Okay. On blur, we are using handle cell edit, which is console.log. On the blur event, I am doing it cell value
So
because
what are
at
you trying to do? You are
okay.
trying
So
to improve the UI, is it?
no, basically what I am trying to do is that we on the double click we are showing the input which is working fine. Okay, now we are also changing the value. Okay, to whatever we want to type. Let's suppose I am just typing default, and on blur is the event. Whenever we remove the focus from the input, it will get triggered. So at that time, I am trying to check what is the cell value at that time. So if I
Okay.
click on on blur is here console. I'm not having a wrong click. Okay, I think what's the
This
issue?
was asked to me in Flipkart interview. No, some another startup interview, I guess. हाँ.
Okay. Okay, stop propagation is not working. Why I have used stop propagation? Because it will trigger these functions, the click and on double click.
हाँ हाँ
Uh,
हाँ.
maybe I have made some spelling mistake.
It's
Propagation.
propagation, I guess. Yeah.
See, refresh. Ah, now it works. Okay,
Hmm.
got it. If I click on second state, Oh, second cell, sorry. If I
Mhm.
provide React as a value, okay, each cell have are maintaining their own state.
Why are we seeing layout shift?
On double click, we are seeing a layout shift. Why that is happening? Because
Oh, are you using P? No, you're using span.
yeah, maybe there is an input which have does the input have no? It's a inline element, so it don't have its own margin and padding. Then no, that is strange. Oh, okay. Let me do one more. Why the blurry does not work? Okay,
By the way,
only
you could
this.
have used flex. Flex काफी आसान बना देते हैं इन सबको.
Yeah, correct. On the top div, right? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I will do that. Let me cover the functionality of the button as that is the expectation which you have set. Uh, so these buttons will have, okay, will be in the parent container itself because we can interact with any cell. So, okay. So currently, let me have buttons like button. Oh, sorry.
हाँ, अभी यही करते हैं फिर. वो जो UI अभी दिख रहा है उसको भूल जाइए. Just focus on the functionality.
Okay.
Get the buttons functionality done.
Can we have a hard-coded colors like red, green?
हाँ हाँ, exactly. That's what
Okay.
I said. No, let's have the hard-coded color, hard-coded font. No, we
Okay.
don't have. We don't have to do font size, right? No.
No. Okay. Okay. Let me copy this. Change background. What is this one? Okay. Background tool. Gray and maybe uh, green. Let's not waste the time. Background to green. Okay. And here we are dealing with the color. So let me provide the correct type values. Okay. Now these are the buttons. Now, whenever we click on a cell, it is getting focused, but we also need that which cell is getting clicked, correct? So that we just, uh, whenever this cell is clicked and we click on this button, so this button knows, okay, which cell we need to apply the style to. So every cell needs to have an
Exactly.
ID.
Hmm.
So,
Actually, ये आपको सबसे पहले सोचना था.
yeah, yeah, I forgot this while dealing with this cell thing only. So I forgot this.
हाँ.
Okay. Now every cell needs to have its own ID. So either we can provide it or we can have it hard coded. But if we provide it from the parent container, so we have a better control to the cell. Okay.
Exactly. And we can have only one focus state as per our application, obviously. In Google Sheet, we can select as many cells as possible, but in our case, we can select only one cell. So that would be more efficient to have focused state on the parent instead of defining state again and again inside the cell component. I think you are getting my point.
Correct. Yeah. So I think this is the multiple state thing, multiple focus thing. So if I click here, it is getting focused. If I click, okay.
Yeah.
And I think what we can do is const. If there is already a self focused, is focus. Okay, so why I'm creating this state to check whether there is already a cell which is being focused. Okay,
Okay.
because parent should have it. So
Hmm.
you state as false. So on the very initial load, there is no such thing as a cell in focus. So okay, now
Okay. I'm still not getting your approach. So,
okay, let's suppose this is the state which I have created. So I will provide this particular method, the set method to each and every cell. Why? In the cell, whenever we click on click thing, right? So what it will do, uh, in the child component, we are already dealing with the set is focus, but additionally we will also set this particular thing. So we will send a value true from here, and the parent will judge, okay, if the cell is already focused, uh, it
You
will
can just
get
use
the.
one use state for this. For example, you can say focused cell number, okay, and you can use
Mhm.
something like 1x1 for first row first column, 1x2 for first row and second column. And if nothing is focused, you can just use empty string. That's it. If no
Okay,
value is focused, no cell is focused.
got it, got it.
So we have to implement the merge functionality, background color to change the text color. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
ठीक है, we will do just three functionalities. I think bold, italic and strike through तो simple है काफी. So background, font and merge. These three will do.
Correct.
I think merge is the most complicated
Yeah.
requirement.
Okay. Now from ID which we are getting from the parent. Okay. Now which cell is focused? So on click of it, uh, okay. We also need to send this particular callback function. Okay. Set focused. This callback method to each and every cell. So let me do one thing. Okay. Set focus cell. Okay. Now this also we need here. So what when we will be set it? So set focused to it is focused, is not is focused. So also needs focus cell to compare whether this particular cell is focused or not. If that is focused, then only we. Yeah, you were right that why we need a separate state in the child to
Hmm.
judge it. Correct. Got it.
Oh, this was nice.
Yeah, to save a time.
Haha.
Uh, not the focus cell, but we need to send it. So the property and the prop should have a different name. Focused cell ID. Sorry, focused cell ID is equal to something like this. Focus cell. Okay. Now focused cell ID should also be there. I haven't. I think it previously. Okay. Uh, on click, what we can say is set focused. I think that is the name. Yeah.
Do you think you will be able to complete this in next 3, 5, 5, 7, 8 minutes?
Uh, let me try.
Yeah. Okay.
Set ID is this, and if ID is equal to focused cell ID, okay, then only we need to apply this. Okay, and set focused ID we are sending, which will apply set focused cell. Okay, set focused, correct. It will do that. Set focused ID, and if ID is equal to focus cell ID, then only we are applying that. Is focused, we don't need it. Now we are anywhere we are using it. No. So command S, refresh. If I click here, we have it here. Okay, we are able to manage that. Good thing. Thanks for the end. And then, mm, okay, now change color to red. So if I click on this button, what I can do is every cell have, okay, so many props we need to send.
अभी के लिए स्टार्टिंग की एक ही रो पे कर लो ना, सब कुछ
Yeah,
उस पे पता चल जाएगा.
correct. So color should be the set. Color should be color and background. Background should be background color. Okay, got it. So color should be color. Background color should be background. Does React have any problem if the this left hand side value assignment value is equal to the right hand side?
नहीं नहीं.
Okay, if that is the case, then okay, then that is good. Color and the background color. Background, sorry.
It says color is not defined. You have not defined the color ना.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. I got confused.
अरे एक और प्रॉब्लम है, बताए क्या?
हाँ.
Cell background color is dependent on each cell, not on parent. Getting my point? So you are passing color from parent. But what if I want red background in the first cell and yellow background in the second cell? Similarly for the font color.
Oh, yeah. Because parent can only have one color value, but each cell have their own color and background color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Either you have to create a array or something which has all the data of each cell, and then you can pass it. Otherwise, with just one color value, it will affect all of the cells.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. Let me think. I know the time is only 3 to 4 minutes. Mm.
By the way, what are your daily responsibilities in your job?
Okay, the daily responsibility as I am an experienced guy, so mainly the project which we get is are the legacy product itself or the product which is already built. Okay, so we very rarely get a chance to work on a project from a scratch. Okay, so currently I'm
Okay,
working on one of the that tool which my company has. So yeah, daily responsibility is bug resolving, and if we want to develop a feature, so we develop it. So this involves it, and also the
hmm,
meetings, requirement details.
got it, got it. And any design discussion or something? Are you involved in that?
Very rarely. We have a separate team, engineering excellence team for it. So there we have architects.
Mm-hmm.
So they mainly they do it.
Okay, I think at this stage, I mean, you have 5 years of experience, na? I think the next
Mhm.
phase is that architect phase only I can
Correct.
think of.
Mhm.
So you have to prepare for the system design or something, or discussion part mainly the architecture, how we define architecture, what are the data structures available, and all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I rarely got a chance on that, but yeah, I am seeking opportunity for it.
Hmm.
Let me get rid of this errors first. Why color is not visible? We have defined it. Save, refresh. Wow, nice. So, I know this would not work as expected, uh, but just for my sake, let me just set uh, Okay, I already copied it. Set color to red. And come on, sir.
There is a problem again. The syntax issue. You have to pass
Oh
the
yeah,
red
yeah, yeah,
code.
yeah. This will execute every time the
Uh,
re-render happen. Yeah,
so
we need to
basically, it
pass
will
that.
pass the return value of that
Correct.
function. Yeah, now it's perfect. Let's see how it looks like.
Okay. Set BG color to green and to gray. Okay, and here it's just a simple thing. So background, background color should be the background. Okay, no suggestion. Good. And color would be the color.
Hmm.
Save it.
Let's see.
Background color, it should be a camel case. Okay,
Yeah.
save it, refresh it. Ah, okay, just let me click it. Background. Okay, all the colors are changing, which was not expected, but yeah. Uh,
Okay. Oh, by the way, if I had given this problem, let's say in Angular, so
hmm.
what had been the case? आप कर पाते Angular में?
To be honest, you already know the rule. So whatever tech stack we are working currently from a long time, that is even a 1 year. So
Mm-hmm.
we get to used to it, and we forgot the syntax of the previous technology. That is correct, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So even though if I was doing the Angular continuously and I haven't switched to React, yeah, I guess yeah, I was able to do that.
Got it. So since a year you are working on React now, is it?
So this is my first industry level project which I'm working on my current organization. Previous to that, I have built many side projects just for the learning purpose, not a user facing applications. So yeah, and there is a huge difference between the industry level and the side projects which we do. So I mainly
Got
built
it.
a
Got
side
it.
projects.
ठीक है. I think we are done with the coding part.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions actually.
Mhm.
First is why did you start with the implementation of cell instead of the parent? I mean, the
Okay.
first approach that everyone think of is to render all the cells first,
Mhm.
but you started with the last part. You started from the backward. Why?
Okay, even though it was the last part, why I have started it? Because it does contains all the functionality which we need to do with our application, right? So it is the most important part of our app, that is the cell. We eventually forgot it, but I know that displaying the grid is bit a tricky thing. If I know the syntax better, I can do that in a very less time. But the cell actually holds all the functionality of our application. So that is my thinking at that time.
Got it. ठीक है. So एक बार कोड पे जाइए वापस.
Okay, let me do that. Yeah.
हाँ. सबसे पहले तो you have to learn a lot about state management.
Mhm.
ठीक है.
Okay.
What I expected is I expected more robust code, more scalable code, and for that you have to learn state management, how to handle everything and how to basically one way data binding on everything. ठीक है. इसमें
Okay.
you are using too many states. So let's say if we have 9 cells, then we'll be
Mhm.
using 9 multiplied to 18 states, and that's pressure on our browser. Okay, that we
Okay.
generally
Okay.
don't do. आई
Mhm.
थिंक क्योंकि आप सेल से स्टार्ट किया था आपने, तो आप
Mhm.
स्टेट के बारे में सोच नहीं पाए कि कैसे हमें स्टेट क्या रखनी है. सो
Okay.
जनरली क्या होता है, व्हेनेवर वी स्टार्ट डेवलपिंग समथिंग वी थिंक ऑफ द रिक्वायरमेंट्स, द फंक्शनल
Mhm.
रिक्वायरमेंट्स एंड द नॉन फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स. उसके
Mhm.
बाद वी स्टार्ट कोडिंग फ्रॉम द पेरेंट. ठीक है, मतलब पहले स्ट्रक्चर बना लेते हैं छोटा मोटा कि
Correct.
ऐसे हम ये हमने डमी सेल बना दिया, डमी सेल फंक्शन, देन वी विल रेंडर इट इनसाइड द पेरेंट.
Mhm.
वी वोंट राइट एनी कोड. ओके, देन हम सारा कोड लिखते जाते हैं पेरेंट से चाइल्ड तक. सो उस केस में ये होता है कि हमें स्टेट पता होती है. ठीक है, मेरे ख्याल
Okay.
से क्योंकि यू स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम द सेल, इसलिए आपका थोड़ी स्टेट मैनेजमेंट गड़बड़ हो गई थी.
Okay.
ओके। बाकी
Okay.
आपकी अप्रोच सही लग रही थी, आपकी थिंकिंग बहुत सही थी, बट स्टिल यू वर नॉट एबल टू इम्प्लीमेंट इट। क्या लगता है
Yeah.
आपको, क्यों?
Uh, okay. Maybe I was uh, thinking in a big picture. What I meant by that, I was thinking that okay, I need to implement all this thing. But if I
या
focus on a one particular thing, then I think I was able to achieve it.
यप, दैट वाज माय नेक्स्ट पॉइंट। सो यही था कि मुझे लग रहा है कि यू वर ट्राइंग टू डेवलप 4 to 5 functionalities together instead of
Mm-hmm.
focusing on one. So you have to
Correct.
do it one by one, obviously. आपने
Okay.
क्योंकि आप पांचों की पांचों करना चाह रहे थे, एंड उसमें
Mm-hmm.
से फिर एक भी नहीं हो पाई है।
Correct.
हुई नहीं है ना, एक भी नहीं, एक भी नहीं हुई है। ठीक है।
नहीं
सो
कुछ कुछ हुई है वैसे
क्या हुई
but
है?
anyways means user can provide a value and it will
हाँ,
get this. Yeah,
ये
these
ये
are the
ये
things.
ये अभी भी मिस्ट्री है, ये ऐसा क्यों दिख रहा है मेरे को?
Yeah,
ये
I
नीचे क्यों
don't
दिख रहा
know.
है?
Maybe some CSS is getting applied, the default.
आई थिंक इनपुट पे मार्जिन और समथिंग, आई डोंट। ठीक है,
Yeah, correct.
कूल है। मेरे पास देखिए वर्डिक्ट तो ऑब्वियसली स्टार्टिंग में आई वाज
Mhm,
थिंकिंग कि डिस्कशन आप अच्छे से कर रहे हो, तो मे बी
mhm.
मेरा ये होने वाला था, मे बी वाला पार्ट, मतलब नहीं, नो नहीं, यस, मे बी, कि आपका
Mhm.
अगला राउंड हो सकता है, ऐसा कुछ। बट
Okay,
अभी लास्ट में जाते जाते इट्स ऑब्वियसली नो। लास्ट में
okay.
जाते जाते जैसा भी हुआ है।
Mhm,
सो या और क्या है मेरे पास, एक्सप्लेनेशन वाज वेरी गुड।
mhm.
स्पीड पे यू हैव टू इम्प्रूव। आपकी
Okay.
स्पीड काफी कम थी, क्योंकि आप ज्यादा
Mhm,
एक्सप्लेन कर रहे थे मेरे ख्याल से, इसलिए। बट एक्सप्लेनेशन क्योंकि आपका काफी अच्छा था, मेरे को स्पीड का
mhm.
ऐसे कोई दिक्कत लगी नहीं, क्योंकि जो भी मैं पूछ रहा था आप बता पा रहे थे। ठीक
Okay.
है, सो डिस्कशन पार्ट इज वेरी गुड।
Mhm,
कूल है। बेटर स्टेट ग्रिड आउटसाइड, ये हमने डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि स्टेट हमें बाहर रखनी थी। लो
correct.
स्पीड डिस्कस कर लिया है। स्टार्ट विद बेटर कोड, स्टार्टेड
Mhm,
बैकवर्ड, ये भी हो गया है। ठीक है, हाँ, बस लास्ट ये भी था, मैंने ये बोला कि आपको स्टार्टिंग ही अच्छे कोड से करनी चाहिए थी, इंस्टेड ऑफ ब्रूट फोर्स अप्रोच। इसमें सबसे बड़ा पार्ट आता है एक्सेसिबिलिटी का, जो मैं
okay.
मेनली चाहता था कि आप इम्प्लीमेंट करके दिखाओ मेरे को, एक्सेसिबिलिटी कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट होगी इस गूगल शीट के लिए। ठीक है, सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, गो टू दैट एप्लीकेशन, यहाँ पे जहाँ पे प्रीव्यू
Google
दिख रहा है,
Sheets.
प्रीव्यू
Okay.
प्रीव्यू,
Great.
हाँ, यहाँ क्लिक करिए, कहीं भी स्क्रीन पे ही क्लिक कर दीजिए बस,
Okay.
और अब टैब पे क्लिक करिए, टैब बटन।
Yeah, just. Oh, okay. I think for that, I know that we are using a button, so it is working fine. But for this, explicitly, we need to provide a tab indexing or a area label for that,
या
which may,
एग्जैक्टली,
yeah.
हाँ, तो ये आप करने वाले थे एंड में जाके?
No, I haven't thought it, to be
हाँ,
frank.
ओके। ठीक है। सो हाँ, मेनली क्योंकि आपका इतना एक्सपीरियंस है, यही मैंने
Mhm.
एक्सपेक्टेशन रखी थी कि आप स्टार्टिंग से ही अच्छा कोड लिखोगे।
Mhm.
उसमें हमारे पास एक्सेसिबिलिटी भी आता है। सो
Mhm.
एक्सेसिबिलिटी में ज्यादा देख रहा था, आप करोगे या नहीं करोगे। सो कीबोर्ड कंपैटिबिलिटी शुड बी देयर ऑलवेज, क्योंकि अगर आप अभी भी गूगल
Okay.
शीट खोलोगे उसमें आपको दिखेगा, यू कैन use tab and you can click enter, you can change the values, you can change everything। ठीक है,
Okay.
परफेक्ट। ऐसा मेरे पास अभी कोई रिव्यू है नहीं, क्या बोलूँ अब उसके
Mhm.
बारे में। सो आप बताइए,
Yeah.
आपको कोई क्वेश्चन हो?
Nothing much. The problem was really good. I know it is a bit complex. Considering my year of experience, that is a bare minimum expectation that I can resolve it. Okay.
हम्म।
Just that you were right that I should have used the parent to child approach because in that case, I can lift the state up from the child to a parent. That is another concept of a React that child should not have much state handling, correct? So,
या
yeah,
या
lifting the state up is one thing. Okay.
हम्म।
That's the feedback I would work upon. Okay. Uh, Apart from that, yeah, I don't have much thing to tell. What about the? I know it's the expectation from a experienced guy that they should follow all the good coding practices. So, what is one of them apart from the state management? Anything that like you always do in the different mock interviews, like the naming convention thing. How are we using the function approach? So, any feedback on that side?
हाँ, इन योर केस द स्ट्रक्चर वाज गुड बाय द वे।
Mhm.
आई फील लाइक सेल आपने जैसे ऊपर बनाया ना, एंड देन
Mhm.
यू वर डिस्ट्रक्चरिंग, इट वाज गुड, एंड इवन द नेमिंग वाज गुड। बट द ओनली कंसर्न वाज एक्सेसिबिलिटी. आई थॉट कि आप कुछ सिमेंटिक्स यूज करने वाले हो, सिमेंटिक एलिमेंट्स यूज करने वाले हो, बट यू डिडंट
Okay.
यूज सिमेंटिक एलिमेंट्स. सो वो एक
Correct.
कंसर्न था. यू ट्राइड यूजिंग स्पेन, फिर स्पेन के बाद आपने सोचा मे बी मैं पी टैग यूज कर लूं, बट वाई पी टैग, वाई नॉट डिव? दैट्स द मेन क्वेश्चन. क्योंकि पी
Okay.
टैग के साथ ऑलरेडी हमारे पास कुछ आते हैं, स्टाइलिंग आती है, कुछ स्टाइलिंग आती है मेरे ख्याल से, पैडिंग आती है या फिर मार्जिन आता है, कुछ आता है. एंड इट इज
Yeah,
मेनली फॉर द
margin will come.
डिस्क्रिप्शन पार्ट और समथिंग. सो हाँ,
Correct.
करेक्ट सिमेंटिक हमें
Mhm.
ढूंढने होंगे कि एचटीएमएल में कौन से सिमेंटिक कब काम आते हैं. तो वो
Mhm.
अच्छा रहेगा, वो एक प्लस पॉइंट होगा बेसिकली. वरना ये सब तो आगे कोई भी करके चला जाएगा इतना कोड लिख
Okay.
के. बट अगर कुछ तो प्लस
Mhm.
पॉइंट हमारे पास होना चाहिए, तो वो एक्सेसिबिलिटी होगा, तो एक वेटेज बढ़ जाता है अगर आप इंटरव्यू देते हो.
Okay.
हाँ
Got
ओके, एक बार मैं कोड वॉक थ्रू वापस से कर लेता हूँ, कोई और
it.
पॉइंट भी बचा है तो. import use state function cell is focused is editable. Naming is good, by the way.
Okay.
Set focus is editable. When I solved this problem ना, मैंने यूज किया था
Mhm.
div और input. ये ऐसे ही
Okay.
जैसे आपने span और input यूज किया है.
Mhm. Correct. Yeah, div only comes with one default property of a width and a display. Okay, so I think the parent div is already managing a width, so the inner div will consider that width of a parent. Yeah, so div was a good use case rather than a span and a parent.